welcome to Health Curious Episode 4. Today, I'm speaking with Mr. Troy, who works in health and fitness in the tri-state area. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. I am a personal trainer. I have been in the field for a little over 10 years. Very much into fitness, well-beings of my clients, helping people. I have a daughter.
What has your experience been like dealing with doctor's appointments, hospital trips, healthcare-related issues, etc.?
My experiences with both as a father, again, taking my daughter to visits for various reasons, as well as myself once or twice. I've had my bicep torn, so I've had that fixed. We're talking about surgeries, doctors in general, general practitioners. I don't go to the doctor too often. I'm pretty good with my health and eating well, working out. So I'm blessed to not visit too often.
So what medical experience, good or bad, has impacted you the most?
Personally, like I said, I've had my bicep torn. So I actually had a good experience. I went over and saw an orthopedist. Originally went to the ER, which, nurses are phenomenal. I can't have enough good words for nurses in general. They took care of me. They had me see orthopedist to get surgery within 48 hours, I believe, because when you tear your bicep or a specific muscle completely off, you have a certain time frame that you have, a certain window that you have to get it fixed. But again, that went pretty smooth. I went in, I saw the doctor. He knew off the rip what happened, and surgery the next day.
Would you say that this experience has impacted you heavily? And if so, how?
Not too heavily. I had a great experience with him. I've had some clients who have also had, surgeries with orthopedists for various reasons. Shoulders was a big one. Again, for the most part, that went pretty well. If you were to get into more detail about other parts of the medical field, maybe like doctors prescribing medicine too easy, or healthcare in general in the United States. That's more where my gripe is about. In terms of the actual doctors that I see, in terms of the body, I've had great experiences.
Yeah, so not the person, but the system?
The system, correct. Yeah, I feel more like we could do a better job as a government and people to implement better practices.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the food here is horrible. You hear so many news and articles about, how Europe has better mandates. Canada has better mandates, better quality food. I feel like it's a very pharmaceutical driven here in the United States.
100%, especially with the amount of fast foods, processed foods, almost like a cycle. It's
agreed, 100%.
Sending people to the hospital, and then some people's insurance can't be covered. And then when they get back out, they see all of these fast food places, and then it just repeats.
Exactly. We can go as something as simple as portion sizes, in the United States versus overseas. If you ever go to a restaurant like a diner or a fast food, everything, like you said, is supersized, triple the size that it should be. You go to a fine dining restaurant and you have this little meal, and that's the actual, portion size, and it looks a little weird to you being here in the United States. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, what I don't like is how things are a little manipulated in terms of serving sizes. You go have a bag of popcorn or some Skittles, it's all of a sudden you see the calories in the back and it says 340. down below in little tiny writing, it says, for one third of the bag, or. So it's like those are the things that a lot of people miss. Little things that I think that we can do as a society, as people, to make living standards better.
In terms of doctors, hospitals, the healthcare system in general, what areas do you think should be implemented, or what things do you think could be improved upon?
I think doctors can do a better job rather than just curing immediately in terms of like a person's health, well-being, in terms of their health, their obesity, their cholesterol, diabetes, which some diabetes, obviously it's genetic and there's not much you can do about it, but there's a good part of it, that you can, you know, just by, again, simply eating better, diet, workouts, being active. Yeah, simple things like that.
Like almost like treating for the lifestyle rather than just treating for the problem at hand.
Right. Less prescriptions, as much as possible. And yeah, treat the root problem, lifestyle.
Who is your doctor now in terms of practitioner who you see the most regularly? What criteria went into choosing them? What qualities do you like or dislike? Tell me a little bit about that.
I actually like my doctor. My only gripe with him is he's so over busy that it's hard to get an appointment. But again, I'm lucky enough where I don't get sick too easily, so I don't see him that often. Again, with him, he's my general practitioner, so that I would say I see the most. I don't have any gripes about him other than appointments. I actually like him a lot. He's treated my family. That's how I know him since I was little. So that's how I got into his practice. I actually like him and the reason why he's overbooked is he spends time with his clients, his patients. When I go into his office, what I love the most about is you're not rushed to leave. He'll sit there and know, what's up, big guy, and how are you doing? All right, talk to me, tell me, what your issues are. Very blessed and fortunate to have him as a doctor. I've had times where, for work reasons, I had to switch insurances where I had tried other doctors, but I always come back to him because, again, there were many times where I felt rushed, like I was just another person on their schedule and on to the next one.
Yeah.
I don't like that feeling, and that should be another thing that should be better practiced.
100%, especially the experience too while being at the doctor's office.
Right.
I feel like a lot of stigma around that, especially for that reason of being rushed.
Yeah. And you mentioned insurance too. That's another thing that needs to be fixed here in the health system. I feel like the American people spend a lot of money on insurance, and as of lately, especially, I feel like a lot of doctors don't take it. Or at one time, their receptionists would take care of, dealing with the insurance. Now it's up to the person to take care of it. And it's not always easy getting through and, et cetera. Insurance has been another nightmare to deal with, especially if you're now working for a company. Like I'm self-employed. So I have my own insurance, which is already pricey, and it's still not as good as when I used to work in an office environment.
You say that communications with your doctors is something big you look for when choosing?
I think communication is amazing. When I walk, again, I'm blessed to have the doctor I have. When I walk into his office, communication is very key. The fact I want him to know my history too. If that means, taking a look at my file before you walk in, please do that. Just so you're aware of my issues of the past. So that way I don't have to worry about, all right, am I going to go get this prescription that that he wrote for me and then worry about a medicine that I'm allergic to, or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, communication is key, and especially knowing your patients is key.
That right there was my interview with Mr. Troy. I believe that the most key takeaway from that interview was about his relationship with his doctor. He mentioned that his doctor actually takes the time to sit down with him and listen to him speak. And honestly, I think that this should serve as an example for the patient-doctor norm. Another key takeaway that I found from this interview was his thoughts on the state of nutrition in the United States. It was interesting, and it offers a more systematic approach to fixing some of the issues we see today in American healthcare. I would just like to say thank you so much, Mr. Troy, for allowing me to interview you. Thank you for listening to Health Curious. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so on Spotify or YouTube. I hope you'll join me again soon.